Are you tired of getting ghosted by girls you like? Do you sometimes wish you knew exactly what to do and when to do it to attract the women that you want? Hey, my name is Patrick James and I'm the coach and creator of Raw Dating Advice, and I've got a surprise for you. I want to give you a hard copy of my new book, 107 Proven Ways to Get the Girl, right now, completely for free. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Before I give this book to you, I want to tell you exactly what it is and what it's going to do for you. First off, let's start with what it's not. 107 Proven Ways to Get the Girl is not about becoming a pickup artist, all right? You won't have to quit your job or sacrifice precious sleep just to go out and approach women every night. Yet, once you see just a few of the secrets in this book, meeting quality women who are actually attracted to you will become your new norm. This book is also not just a stockpile of lines and routines that you know deep down won't work the second you read them. Yet, this book will give you a ton of word-for-word examples of exactly what to say and when to say it to get a girl to feel chemical attraction for you. And lastly, this book is not about pretending to be someone you're not just to get women. Because the truth is, if you currently struggle to get the women that you want, the problem is not necessarily with you. The problem is that you don't know the proven ways to create attraction. And this book gives you 107 of them. Now, what makes all the 107 attraction secrets you'll find in this book proven? Well, the answer is actually really simple, and I'll get to that in a second, I promise. The answer will definitely surprise you, but first, I wanna get real with you for a second. Even though my brand Raw Dating Advice is followed by thousands of guys from over 83 different countries right now, I haven't always been the go-to guy when it comes to attracting women. You see, growing up, I was always the chubby kid. I got bullied all the way through high school, and I had no clue how to flirt with women, much less spark a conversation with one that I barely even knew. And you might be able to relate to this too, but going through college, I felt like I was sitting on the sidelines watching all of my buddies hooking up with women left and right when I was going home alone every single night. And it wasn't until I discovered the proven method to creating attraction consistently with women that my life started to change. And that's exactly what I want to give you today for free. Now, here's what you need to understand about attracting women right now. Every girl is already attracted to you, even if she doesn't know it yet. There's already a natural sexual tension that exists between you and any girl you want. And that tension is the building block to sexual attraction. Imagine this scenario. Have you ever been walking down an empty hallway and noticed that there's a girl walking in the opposite direction coming towards you? As you were about to pass her, did you wonder if you should say hi or just avoid eye contact altogether? And if you avoided eye contact, should you look straight ahead, look down, or just pull out your phone and act like you got a text message? The only reason you felt that way when walking past a girl who you barely even knew was because of the natural tension that already exists. I guarantee that she was feeling the exact same way. It doesn't matter how hot she is or how ugly you may think you are, that tension is the building block to sexual attraction. And what you do with it decides if you get her or not. And that's exactly what makes every secret you'll find in this book proven. And this book will give you 107 different ways to naturally bring out sexual tension in a way that chemically attracts women. And don't get it twisted, man. Feeling attraction for someone is just a chemical reaction in your brain. And if you wanted to get the girl, you just have to know how to induce that chemical reaction with tension. Regardless of what your genetics, age, or bank account says, you can get any girl you want. Even if you have no clue how to flirt right now. Just take one of my clients, Matt, for example. His whole life, he had no clue what he was doing with women, and when he found me, he was fresh out of a divorce. As a guy who is now in his mid-30s, he had no clue where to get started, and well, let me just have him tell you his story.
All right, it's a little different for me because I came out of an 8-year marriage. After the marriage, what ended up happening was I just kind of hit this freak out point and I didn't know what to do. You know, I didn't know anything about dating, getting back on the scene. I was kind of freaking out because I was completely out of practice. At some point, I just decided, like, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna get control of the situation. I'm not gonna let chances just rule my life going forward. I'm gonna take control of everything from, you know, not just my dating life, my career, my social life in general. Eventually on Facebook, I found a link to a YouTube video of Patrick and just started following him, and he's one of the few people that actually started to continuously follow. I feared the whole thing. I feared the entire dating scene. My fear was that I would, you know, I was coming in as older. I was so out of practice with just my social skills in general. I just kind of had this like, well, I'm going to be alone going forward for the rest of my life. How am I going to initiate this? How am I going to go up to that? I could never before even just go up and talk to a girl, a woman that I'm attracted to, and now here I am, I've got so many more barriers working against me in the dating world, and I don't even know where to start. I've just kind of felt doomed. Like my first holy crap moment was where he talked about the buyer mentality. Looking at her and trying to figure out, well, is she good for me, or is she somebody I'm interested in? And that mentality alone just tripled my results right away. You know, it didn't handle a lot of the other things that I had, like problems with approaching. But if I ended up in a conversation, or worked in a conversation, or had a conversation from like a friend, a mutual, that brought us together, that person would walk away either being interested in getting to know me, to the point where I even had one woman at one point find out my online dating profile, discover it, and then started sending me sex messages like right there across the table from me. So I remember her giving a lot of physical signs that she was attracted, just motioning into that, like touching my leg at one point, and then at one point she just grabs me and kisses me. This was a girl, by the way, who kept telling me all the way up to the date, you know, I don't do sex, I'm not gonna do sex for a long time. By the end of the night, she was taking me home. There's no way you're not going to take some sort of value out of this, right? I mean, I understand different people learn different ways or whatnot, but there's no way you're going to take a course or program with Patrick and just be like, I got nothing out of that. Like, you're going to get something. It's going to be a lot of value. It's going to be really high value. So I would say just try it. Dive in and just try it. See what you get out of it. The worst case scenario is maybe you didn't get the value out of it that other people did, which is pretty unlikely anyway. The best case scenario is you get all the value that's supposed to be delivered out of it, and then you get more than your money's worth. So
isn't that cool? After teaching Matt just a few of these secrets, he had a girl sending him sex messages from across the table, even though they were sitting there with a bunch of their mutual friends too. And his story is not unique. I have clients who are old, young, tall, short, Asian, and broke, all of whom are getting similar, if not better results with what I teach in this book. And the only thing that separates those guys from you right now is the fact that they know the proven ways to turn tension into attraction in a matter of seconds. And that's exactly what I'm gonna help you do with this book. Actually, why don't I just show you a few of the things that you'll find in this book right now. When you get this book, the first thing I want you to do is turn to page 2. On this page, I'm gonna tell you about the top 3 mistakes guys make when it comes to attracting women. Each one of these mistakes will kill sexual tension and will land you in the friend zone if you don't avoid them. That's why I've made this secret number 1 of 107. After you've read secret number 1, the next thing you should do is turn to secret number 5. How did Romeo seduce Juliet? On this page, you'll discover the 400-year-old secret that makes you an intriguing game she wants to win. Think of this as playing hard to get on steroids. This one secret alone is normally a huge paradigm shift for most guys and will literally double your results overnight. But what if you're on a date? How do you turn a casual date into a naughty adventure? Well, that's secret number 74, and that's on page 186. This is where I'll teach you the 7 sexual hot buttons that every girl has. And when you push any one of these, she'll be aching to get you alone and have sex with you. These work even if the idea of getting physical with a girl right now makes you all sweaty and nervous. Like I said, these are proven to work regardless of your age or experience level. Now, I've just shown you a few of the things that you'll discover in this book, and those 3 things alone are enough to give you instant results. And the best part is you're getting 104 more. Actually, do you wanna know what the best part is in my opinion, other than the fact that I'm giving you 107 of these, is the fact that each chapter is only 2 to 3 pages long. Meaning that in the same amount of time that it takes you to brush your teeth, you can master at least 2 of these attraction secrets. Each chapter is bite-sized, practical, and most importantly, actionable. I've broken each proven attraction secret down to the brass tacks of what it is, why it works, and how to do it. I don't want you to have any excuses for not knowing what to do when it comes to attracting women ever again. So how do you claim a copy of this book? Well, like I said, I want to ship you a hard copy of this book completely for free. All I ask is that you help me out with the small shipping and handling costs, and I'll ship this to you anywhere in the world. There's no catch, there's no hidden fees, you're not signing up for any monthly subscription. The truth is, the only reason I'm willing to do this and ship this book to you completely for free is because I want to win your future business. I want to give you my best stuff and provide you some life-changing results up front. All I ask is that you help cover the shipping and handling. Does that sound cool? Now, here's the thing. I've only printed 500 copies of this book Orders have been coming in like crazy already, and these are flying off the shelves. I don't want you to get left behind, so if you're seeing this page, if you're watching this video right now, it means we still have a few copies left, but if you came back here tomorrow, I can't guarantee that they'd still be here. I want you to be one of the 500 guys who gets a copy of this book, but time is of the essence, and frankly, when these are gone, they're gone. So I'm gonna do one more thing. If you grab a copy of this book in the next 15 minutes, I'm gonna throw in a few fast action bonuses that perfectly complement everything you're gonna learn in here. Here they are. Bonus number 1 is something that I call the Get the Girl Blueprint. Now, I know that getting 107 of these proven attraction secrets can seem like a lot of information. That can seem kind of overwhelming. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. So that's why a few months ago, I invited 9 of my top paying clients here to Phoenix to go through a live workshop with me where I laid out the exact blueprint to applying these attraction secrets to your life right now. With this workshop, I'm gonna show you firsthand that it doesn't matter what you look like or how much experience that you have, you can get any girl that you want. Now, this workshop, the footage, will sell in the future for $147, but like I said, if you grab this book in the next 15 minutes, it's yours completely for free. So that's bonus number 1. Bonus number 2 is a report called The Truth About Charm, Creating Chemistry on Command. Now, here's the thing. There's only a few simple habits, 5 specifically, that separate you and the most charming man in the world right now. And in this report, I'm gonna install those 5 habits into you within just one read through of it. Nobody's born with charm, but after this report, people will believe that you are. And bonus number 3 is something that I'm calling how to attractively meet women at will. Now look, I know what it feels like to miss out or mess up with a girl that you really like. The fear of not knowing when another one just as good, if not better, may come into your life. That's why I'm giving you this bonus report, how to attractively meet women at will, so that you won't have to rely on dating apps or ask your friends to introduce you to women. You'll know exactly how to meet women in an attractive way, no matter where you are. A $47 value, completely for free as a gift for grabbing my book. And if you act now, I'll also throw in the digital copy of 107 Proven Ways to Get the Girl, so that you can get started with all this stuff as soon as tonight. Imagine what your life will be like when you have all of those bonuses along with this book in your power. You'll have an endless flow of women ready and willing to sleep with and even date you for as long as you want. This is ultimate power and freedom. Look, I guarantee that you're gonna love everything you learn in this book and how quickly it changes your life. And if you don't love every single bit of it and you're not 100% satisfied, then I'll refund every single penny of the small shipping and handling costs you paid to get this book. You can even keep the books and the bonuses as a thanks for trying it out. All right, does that sound fair? All right, so what you need to do right now is just go to the form on the side of this video, fill out your information, let me ship this free book to you right now, and let's get started.
Around a year and a half ago, I had a girlfriend for about 3 months. But after the summer of 2016, I broke up with her, and then I was pretty lonely for quite a while until I sort of started to stumble upon on Patrick's stuff. My biggest fear about in dating was actually just taking the first step to meet people and women in general, because I was pretty good at doing a lot of attraction skills and doing a lot of banter stuff. But the first step I wasn't taking is that I wasn't going out to meet women. So Patrick always said that you are not even in the game, so you need to go and get their attention before you do a lot of attention or attraction stuff. For example, I was in this hiking group for less than 6 months, and I was being social weekly with these people. And then I met this girl who I had been seeing for maybe a month, and then I started to realize that there's a windows of opportunities in the interaction between me and her. And then I took advantage of those opportunities, and then she kind of invited me for a day trip and so on, and then we were having sex after the second day. So that is one of the biggest success that I have after not getting laid for 8 or 9 months. Yeah, that moment was like, oh, fuck that. I finally got laid, because I know that I was attracted to women and it happened in the past, but somehow there are some obstacles that I wasn't solving or I wasn't seeing until Patrick told me you can just need to simplify things instead of overcomplicating the whole dating process. Dude, I don't know why you are hesitating or not taking action. and I don't know the reasons why you are not having the kind of result you have, but if I need to recommend you anyone's dating advice, I would recommend Patrick James' stuff, because he really simplified the whole process, whether in his ebooks, whether in his program, whether in his live events. He has this unique ability to simplify things for you so that you can have the next action step to take to implement in your dating life. So if you have a chance to get his programs or get his coaching, just go for it and invest in yourself and take a bet on yourself so that you can see results, see improvement in your dating life.
So my name's Adam, and just about 2 years ago I was in a really difficult divorce. I was kind of a beta male at the time. I struggled, had a hard time dealing with having to take care of 2 children, and here I am starting fresh, all new, out in the field trying to figure out, okay, how do I even begin this journey. A buddy of mine says, I've got this amazing seminar I'm going to be going to, you need to come check it out. And so me and him came out here, talked with Patrick James, and still a little skeptical. I was like, okay, well, let's see what this is all about. And it was the best money I've ever spent. I learned some valuable things that otherwise I would never have had the opportunity of experience. I learned how to dress. Patrick and I, we got a chance to go to the store, and he showed me some designs that I was like, oh really, that works? And he's like, yeah, that looks great. And so I was like, man, this is awesome. It makes you feel great about yourself. I got to see Patrick in action, and man, it was amazing just seeing him approach women who I probably wouldn't have approached because I would have just been too nervous. And he gave me the confidence to be like, listen, you can do it, go for it. And I was able to approach people that I never would have approached, and it was fantastic. It was just that rapport with women that I've never even had before. It's like, wow, this is amazing. And if you are hesitant to be a part of this program or be a part of this opportunity, don't. Invest in yourself. Be willing to put in a little bit of time, put in a little money towards your own future, towards your own goals, because you won't regret it.
I was studying dating for some years, and as of recently I wasn't going out as much just because I was working on my own business as a trainer. And when I got back into the game, so basically being more social and going out, I wasn't getting as much success as I wanted in the dating world, which led to me being frustrated and just not knowing what to do, because I know all the techniques that I knew before, but something was just off. I didn't know what to do, so I was stuck. And this went on for like a month straight. Aside from the previous 12 months that I've been basically hard grinding on my business and not going out. So I haven't had much success with girls in the last year, but then I stumbled onto Patrick's teachings on YouTube, and they just seemed to click really fast. At first I was like, another guy on YouTube teaching you how to pick up girls, nothing new, right? And then sooner or later it just all started to make sense, and I tried out some of it and I got a result instantly. And then I reached out to Patrick, and I actually set up a Skype coaching call with him, which ended up being one of the best coaching experiences of my life. And basically like 40 minutes, Patrick showed me just a couple of things I had to tweak and do differently than I did before. And in a week I was back in the game, pulling hot girls in the club, and just overall a lot of the fear I had surrounding attracting girls just went away. And if you are considering buying his book and are skeptical if it will work for you, give it a go. You have nothing to lose. Patrick, I know him, I've known him for a long time, and I can say without a doubt you'll love what he has to say and the results that he can give you. So, see ya.
What's up, everybody? My name is Dylan. I just wanted to take a few minutes to tell to you guys about Patrick and how his expertise has helped change my life. So one of the first things you should realize about me when I first started, I had a lot of anxiety and issues with how to approach women and how to start conversations. But that was from many years ago. When I met Patrick, it was almost like I knew a lot of these pieces, kind of the bigger picture, but it was hard bringing them all together. And so after going on a boot camp with him, he was able to really explain how, you know, certain things were clicking together and why certain things worked as a whole, which is interesting. You want to be able to see like the whole picture. You know, I had an event last year when I first connected with Patrick. You know, I had met a girl, and yeah, it was just really clunky with the interaction. I didn't really know what to do, and I ultimately ended up pushing her away because I acted needy, and I didn't know really how to progress without being too nice. So I would say Patrick is able to really make a lot of higher end concepts make sense, you know, to guys that get in their head a lot. Really the big fear for me with getting involved with Patrick was seeing that he actually knew what he talked about. I don't mind investing in someone if I can, you know, see that they are genuine and they know what they're talking about. So with Patrick, you know, actually seeing him now in the field do what he does is really good. There's a lot of people out there on the internet that can, you know, jump in front of a camera and start talking about things, but he is able to actually walk the walk, which is really cool, you know. So if you're at an intermediate level like I was when I met him, then you're definitely going to see some improvements. And even if you're a beginner and you don't really know even what you want or where you're trying to go, don't let the fear of investing in yourself and the fear of not taking action stop you, you know, because nothing's going to change if you don't make a change. I think the biggest thing for me, what I liked specifically, my favorite part about Patrick's teachings was the way in which he funnily explains things. Like, he comes up with acronyms for really common situations and pain points for people, and he's able to articulate those. I think I've touched on that several times. He's able to articulate things in an easy to understand way, and that is I think my favorite part with working with Patrick is just the way he's able to tell stories and relate things. So yeah, some of the personal successes as well. Like, I'm still coaching with Patrick, and I'm working on just overcoming still my approach anxiety. So I went out last night or 2 nights ago, and I didn't know anybody in this social meetup I went to, and I approached the first group of people that I saw. It was a guy and his girlfriend, and I just, you know, I didn't have the expectation I was trying to pick up anybody. I just wanted to be more social, and I think that's the angle that Patrick he approaches things. Is that you don't want to go out and just try to like be, you know, pick people up. You want to be social. So I started with that. I opened another group of girls. It was really boring. It was my fault. But I gained that social momentum. And then the next group of girls, it was funnier. I was able to hit it off with this really hot doctor. We started chatting her up, met her friend, met another one. And I mean, at the end of the night, I ended up going home with a girl. So I was very, very happy to be able to like put into practice some of these things. So, you know, if you're on the fence about this, if you're trying to get to the next level socially, which is where, you know, a lot of guys need to be. You just don't like get in your head about trying to pick up women. It's about being able to be the most attractive, powerful version of you in an authentic way. And if you're on the fence about what to do and how to get to that next level socially, Patrick is definitely your man. I hope you go out and take some action with him. All right, see ya.